This is a normal banana. This is what you think is a giant banana. This is probably the biggest banana that you have ever seen. And this is what we will be growing in this video. I spent 5 days trying to grow the biggest banana in the whole world, and then get every possible mutation on it without the help of admins, without using any Robux and playing on normal servers. The reason I chose banana for this challenge is because if I had the biggest banana in the whole world, let's be honest, it would make you all a lot jealous, and I will be able to do this, and no one will ever laugh at me again. I have cleared my garden before starting this challenge. The first thing that I am going to do is plant my banana seeds. I have a total of 16 banana seeds. I actually wished I had more, but I was so focused on the event seeds and rewards that I totally ignored buying the cheap seeds. But 16 will do the job just fine. The way I want to place them is such that they should be as close to the center as possible while being on one side of the garden. Since it's 16, so it's 8 above and 8 below. This is how I will arrange them. What I need next is my toucan army. I am going to place 8 toucans now that I have 8 pet slots. I don't need frogs for this one as banana grows really quickly. A few water cans should do the job. Once all the banana trees were fully grown, I used Tropical, Master, Godly, Advance, and Basic Sprinkler, all at the same time. Immediately after placing the sprinklers, I left the game. Now to actually get a giant banana, I had to really apply some big brains and beat the system somehow. You know how randomly one banana grows into a giant without any sprinkler sometimes? This is called huge chance. Also for the banana, the size difference between this huge banana and normal banana is also extreme. Now I wanted to get this lucky huge chance banana when I am using my sprinklers and my toucan army. That is the only way I will be able to get some value out of the banana, because banana's base value is extremely low at 1,750 shekels. So how do I do this? I use a lot of banana trees and try my luck until I get one that is extraordinarily large. When I came back 1 hour later, I saw some really giant bananas, but none of them was extraordinarily large. All of them looked the same size and had a base value of around 300 to 600 million. I was looking for an odd one out. One that would be the random lucky giant chance banana. I knew these were not the one, so I started removing them one by one. But then I realized I was wasting the time of my precious sprinklers, so I picked them all up quickly. I still had faith that my strategy would work. I just needed more time. I checked the biggest one that I got from the first batch, and it was 34 kilograms, and its value was around 1 million. Really good for a banana if you ask me. Never thought a 1,750 shekels banana could even reach a base value of 1 million. This banana was actually good to get mutations, but it had been already removed from the tree. All I could do was wait for my random lucky giant chance banana. Now you can't make this up. Literally, I was thinking of what to do next, and I saw a new banana growing. It was gold, and it definitely looked bigger than the ones I just picked up. I used the magnifying glass, and its value was 197 million. My lazy brain stopped working, and I opened my calculator and did 197 divided by 20. That is almost 10 million. 10 times base value that I got from the biggest banana from the first batch. Now this definitely fit the category of extraordinarily large. I knew I had found my banana. Isn't that bananas? Controlling my excitement, I kept my hunt going for another one which is not gold but is extraordinarily large. Just in case the gold to rainbow conversion does not work. I kept checking the base value, and I would instantly delete anything that is not over 5 billion. Suddenly, my expectations from banana had crossed the sky. When I saw all the banana now growing were small, I realized all my sprinklers were over. But I still kept deleting all the large bananas and favorited the giant gold banana. I kept looking at this giant banana while trying to find the tree this one was on so I could separate it from the other trees. But I had spent too much time looking at this giant banana from this side that I had no idea what was happening behind it. And once I looked the other side, there was another extraordinarily large gold banana out of nowhere. I quickly checked the value, and this one was 143 million. Again, I opened my calculator and did 143 divided by 20. And the base price of the second one was around 7 million, which is amazing. The only problem was this one was gold too. Ignoring that problem for now, the other problem was all the other bananas were now hidden behind these 2 giant bananas, and I was not able to delete them. So first, I waited to favorite the second giant banana, and then I found the trees these 2 giant bananas were on, and separated them from the group. Once I had separated them, I placed another set of sprinklers including Tropical and Master just in case I could find another bigger one than these. And I kept deleting the small ones for the next 4 minutes until the topical sprinkler ran out. But I didn't find another lucky one. Now the respect for these banana trees was huge, so instead of deleting these trees, I used a reclaimer to convert them back to seeds. They had outdone themselves. Next, I moved the trees with the 2 giant bananas back to the center. Every banana tree has 4 bananas, 1 in each direction. Since I had 1 extraordinary banana on both the trees, I wanted the remaining 3 bananas on both the trees to be decent sized too, because I would be still spending the next few days trying to get mutations on them. So it would be a waste if they have a base price of 2,000 shekels. So I placed another set of all the sprinklers, including my 3rd master sprinkler. I have to grind this game for hours to even get 1 master sprinkler. But this had to be done. Now these bananas were so huge that I needed to use 2 advanced and 2 basics so that I could cover both the trees and still be in the center of the garden. Next, I removed all the bananas on these 2 trees as I could not tell their size because I could not see them. And then, I waited for the bananas to grow. Now what I got was not even worth mentioning, and some of them were not even visible. So I won't talk about them till the harvesting. Finally, I had the first weather event, and it was the night event, and I got to see the actual shape of our giant banana for the first time. It was like an iceberg. You just see the tip of the iceberg and have no clue how big it is. Just as I was checking out the new grown bananas, I got Moonlit Mutation on the other giant banana as well. Every time I see this outline, it makes me excited because we are growing something that no one, literally no one in the world has done, and I will have the biggest banana in the whole world. Next, I picked up all my toucans. They had done an excellent job and they will enjoy bananas as a treat. I replaced them with my mutation pets, starting from Polar Bear for Chilled, Bear Bee for Honey Glazed, Scarlet Macaw for Verdant, Hyacinth Macaw for Cloud Touched, Turtle for Wet, Cooked Owl for Burned, Honeybee for Pollinated, and Butterfly to convert these gold banana into rainbow. If it was a few days ago, I would have instantly deleted these giant gold banana. But a few of you guys told me that Butterfly can actually turn gold into rainbow, which I did not think was possible. You guys are the real champs. Thanks, guys. So I have 7 mutation pets and 1 variant pet. Now for Butterfly to convert all these bananas into rainbow would take a lot of time, so I left the game AFK. I came back after 2 hours. What ended up happening was a lot of the small bananas were now rainbow, but the 2 giant bananas was still gold even after having 5 mutations. Got me a little scared if I will be able to make the giant ones rainbow. Now, I could have done this smartly, but I did not. I could have favorited all the small bananas and left the giant ones so that the butterfly can focus on the giant ones first. So I did that. I favorited all the small bananas, at least the ones which were visible. After waiting half an hour, the butterfly ended up converting a small one, which was not visible to me. Did I get trolled by my chat? And another half an hour later, it converted another small one. I was really scared now. I kept waiting, and then finally the butterfly converted the giant gold one into rainbow. I was so happy. I felt like a huge burden lifted off my chest. 30 minutes later, the butterfly converted the other giant one into rainbow. The smaller one out of the 2 was around 350 billion with just the rainbow effect. The bigger one out of the 2 was now 500 million with just the rainbow effect. I knew this one is going to make me hundreds of billions. Now it all depends on my luck. I quickly favorited this one. Turns out the banana was a hidden gem right under our noses. Who would have thought this 2,000 shekel cheap fruit can go toe-to-toe with the likes of Candy Blossom? The butterfly and my stupidity ended up messing up my sleep schedule. I looked at the clock, it was 2 a.m. So I went to bed and left the game AFK to farm mutations. Next morning when I woke up, the second largest banana was now sitting at a whopping value of 10 billion. Windstruck and Moonlit were the only environmental mutations I got overnight. The biggest banana from 500 million went to 15 billion. I got Windstuck, Moonlit, and Sandy mutation on this one. This is the first time I am looking at the Sandy mutation. I still didn't have any of the crazy 100x mutations, so I needed to be patient. In the meantime, I replaced a few of the pets with starfish to grind levels for unlocking egg slots. Also, there was something different with banana, which I didn't see with other fruits. The sound of rainbow reached all corners of the map, and its glow effect was actually giving my GPU a hard time. Maybe because banana was not supposed to be this big. And this time, the freeze box effect covered almost half of the entire Grow A Garden area. I finally got to see the new sandstorm weather. Now I wanted to place a tanning mirror to get the sun-dried and paradisal mutation. So I moved both the banana trees as close to each other as possible. Since a tanning mirror has 10 uses, and I only had 8 bananas, so 1 was more than enough. By the way, they fixed the sun-dried mutation. Earlier, we could get both sun-dried and paradisal mutations together. Now, you can only have one of them. I went ahead to place my tanning mirror, but I thought I was not able to place it because of hitbox issue. But what ended up happening was, I placed all 5 of my tanning mirrors. There was no sound or animation for placing the tanning mirrors, and I kept clicking to place them. It was a blunder. Tanning mirrors are as rare as master sprinklers. Big loss. But just 20 minutes later, there was a heatwave weather event, and the 5 tanning mirrors worked like crazy, and I got paradisal mutation on all the bananas. The price of the 2 giant ones reached from 10 and 15 billion to 44 billion and 62 billion. Can you imagine a banana with a value of 62 billion? And trust me, we are just getting started with the mutations. I was working on my PC when I heard the meteor shower sound, so I quickly started recording. I only wished I had a star caller so I can make my bananas celestial easily. Just as I was checking the price of both the bananas, I saw the smaller out of the 2 got celestial already, and it had jumped from 44 to 87 billion. I was close to hitting 100 billion on a banana. It's crazy. I kept waiting, but none of the stars hit the other banana. If you don't know, celestial is 125x multiplier, a bit more than thunder. One of the best mutations to have. 20 minutes later, the admin abuse started for the prehistoric update. Jendal was sick, so he was speaking less and using admin abuse more. We had a new Disco Sam event, Volcano event, Space Travel event, Laser event, Thunder event, Black Hole event, Alien Invasion event. But my luck during admin abuse sucked as usual. From so many admin abuse events, I got nothing. Literally nothing. There is a bad news. With this update, they nerfed toucans hard. They decreased their size bonus and increased their variant chance bonus. My best toucan went from 2x size bonus to 1.7. This means that no one in the future will have such a big banana ever. This is history in the making. We have to give it our everything. I got busy checking out and grinding the new update, and 3 hours later, first time in the history of Skyshop, it had the Star Caller available. I saw the possibility of getting Celestial on the big banana now. Also, there was a new mutation that I have no clue when or how it appeared. This was the ceramic mutation. I checked online since the bigger one already had the sandy mutation. That together with a wet mutation becomes clay. And clay together with the burnt mutation becomes ceramic. This means I got wet twice. Once in frozen and once in ceramic. I am not completely sure how this works. But the value of the biggest one went from 62 billion to 74 billion. I am not at all complaining. Also, I placed the Star Caller next to the big banana in the hopes of finally getting Celestial mutation on this one. There is a new mutation called Amber in the game, and the only reliable way to get it is this Amber mutation spray. Each one cost 1 dinosaur egg. I crafted 2 for my giant banana plants. I plan to use all mutation sprays like Shocked, Chocolate, and Amber at the end. So for now, I kept aside all the mutation sprays. About an hour later, there was a Thunder event. So I placed a lightning rod between the 2 banana trees. But I only got Shocked mutation on the smaller one. Now it was more valuable than the larger one. Its value had jumped from 87 to 122 billion. I adjusted the position of the bigger banana, but it was too late. I kept grinding the prehistoric event and left this account AFK for a very long time. The whole day I just kept waiting for weather events and mutations. The only thing that happened was the smaller banana finally became ceramic too, and its value jumped from 122 to 131 billion. I kept AFK to grind mutations, but anything new was extremely rare. Over the next few hours, the smaller banana also got the sandy mutation. Now this is the second time this banana got the sandy mutation, as the first time it got upgraded to clay and then to ceramic. Also, I learned that the new amber mutation grows with time, and it will become old amber and then ancient amber. Not sure how this works, but I applied the amber spray on both my bananas as soon as I got this info in the hopes they will get better multipliers in future. With the amber mutation, the small banana jumped from 132 to 135 billion, and the large one jumped from 74 to 78 billion. The amber mutation made a similar border effect like that of frozen mutation. And while I was checking this out, and suddenly I saw the bottom of the iceberg. This shocking feeling doesn't get old. Insane. A few hours later, I finally got another thunder event, and I did not want to miss this one, so I tried to adjusting the banana tree. Exactly then, the lightning rod worked, and I got the shocked mutation on the bigger banana. Its value jumped from 78 to a whopping 127 billion. Funny, I just broke my own most valuable fruit record with a banana. All I needed now was celestial. Blood lit and twisted on the bigger banana, and hopefully I would have my first fruit cross the 200 billion mark. So I waited. The next morning, when I came online a few minutes later, there was a meteor shower, and I felt confident because for the first time I had a star caller. Finally, I got the 125x celestial mutation on my biggest banana, and its value jumped from 128 to 187 billion. Crazy. The large banana also got the sandy mutation the second time. But what's actually weird is that the smaller banana lost its second sandy mutation over the night, and its value decreased by 700 million. This is the first time I have seen mutations disappearing and value decreasing. A few hours later, I also lost the sandy mutation on the bigger banana too, and its value dropped by 1 billion. I will only give the banana one more day because I will be unlocking the bone blossom tomorrow. Now, my goal was to hit 200 billion because I have never had a fruit over 200 billion, and that too by the end of tomorrow. Exactly 24 hours after I used the amber spray on my bananas, the mutation converted from amber to old amber. Isn't that cool? Now the value of the small one jumped from 135 to 138 billion, and the bigger one jumped from 186 to 191 billion. I am so close to 200 billion I can feel I can do it in the next 24 hours. The only remaining mutations that I can get without admin's help are Aurora, Bloodlit, Twisted, and Chocolate. I have witnessed too many Aurora Borealis, but the chance of getting the Aurora mutation are too low, so I don't consider it will happen. I have been waiting for a blood moon forever. I feel like they have reduced the chance of blood moons spawning. About twisted mutations, I have to say those tornadoes don't even come close to my garden. Forget about my banana tree. I am always ready with my trowel to move my banana tree in the path of the tornado, but it won't come to my garden. The chocolate mutation I have saved for last because I don't like how fruits look after the chocolate mutation. But I still need its value multiplier. I placed a night staff just in case there is a blood moon when I am sleeping, and I left the account AFK for the night. When I woke up, I checked there were no new mutations. In the next few hours, there were a few tornado events, and I tried my best to get the twisted mutation, but the one and only tornado that ended up coming to my garden did not give me the twisted effect. A few hours later, I saw the bigger banana had got the twisted mutation while I was away. The value of the bigger banana went from 191 to 193. Now all I needed was a blood moon. So I kept waiting. I waited the whole day, but there was no blood moon event. Eventually I had to give up because I finally unlocked the bone blossom, and I wanted to test if it's any good. If it is better than banana, then the next video is on bone blossom. So it was finally time to use the chocolate spray, and the value of the smaller one jumped from 138 to 139 billion. And the bigger one went from 193 to almost 194 billion. Also, there is a big news. Remember I had 5 night eggs at the back of my garden at the start of this challenge? Well, I had the same on my main account too. And guess what? I got a raccoon from one of the 5 eggs. By the way, the chance of getting raccoon is only 0.1% in a normal night egg. I feel finally grinding the summer harvest event paid off. So we are celebrating. I have hidden the proof I have raccoon somewhere in this video. If anyone finds that timestamp, he gets 1 trillion shekels. I thought I will make it interesting this time. I can't believe I finally have infinite money in Grow a Garden. I just left the raccoon alone with the bananas and look what he got me in a few hours. Most of the small bananas are around 10 to 20 billion, and then we have the 139 billion and 194 billion bananas. Crazy, right? In a realistic gameplay setting, when you are not playing on test server or being spoon-fed by admins, there is only so much you can do in limited time. But I was proud of what I had accomplished, starting with just a 2,000 shekel banana and finally reaching 194 billion. Also remember the fact that I have the biggest banana in the whole world. And now, no one, literally no one can laugh.